Hi loves, Beth here. So I wanted to hop on today and share a little bit of my story with you about how last year, I remember in February, I was sitting on my meditation pillow on my bed, just, thinking about traveling, and I'll get more into that in a second, really wanting to travel. And actually the whole year, the whole last year, 2016, I remember just really, really wanting to travel, really, really wanting to get to Mexico and just start seeing some more shit, because I'm a traveler and I love to see the world. I'm sure a lot of you can relate. And I had high hopes for it in 2016, but it didn't quite happen in 2016. And here I am in 2017, towards the end of the year. And in total, once the end of the year happens, this year I'll have spent 6 months traveling the world. Actually, I'm just, part of me is like, wow, really, good job. I've been to Mexico this year. I spent a couple months, 9 weeks in Mexico this year, and I've also been to California this year in retreat with a beloved priestess mentor of mine. I spent some time in Spain, a month in Greece. I'm in Egypt right now, and we'll be here for about 5 weeks. And I don't know where I'm going to go to next. I might go to Israel next. I might go to France next, and I might go to Morocco before I fly to go see my parents for Christmas, and then finally back to see my kitty at the end of the year. So I'm running my business on the road. I'm making my full-time income while I travel, and so far I have not had to use any of my savings at all while traveling. I haven't touched my savings. And it's very much looking like I will have, for sure I will have more money in my bank account than I left with. So I'm actually saving while I'm traveling and running my business. So that's pretty cool, hey? It's really interesting. And I want to be transparent with you. So I've actually been running my business full-time for almost 6 years now. And so it was only in this last year that this huge goal of mine and dream of mine was able to manifest. So as we have this conversation, I want to be transparent and clear that sometimes we are living on planet Earth. Things can take time, and that's okay. I think it's very, what I'm seeing a lot of right now online and in coaches and things like this is there's this very hot energy, like let's do it now, we can do it now, and make that money now and get your goals now. And there's actually a really beautiful, beneficial side of that, because in terms of manifesting, we really do want to feel these things as they're happening in the now. But on the flip side of that, the reality is that a lot of us are working through old limiting beliefs, that we're, being gentle with ourselves and taking time with ourselves. And we are, for me, I'm a very feminine person, and I like to take my time with things. And actually, I personally like to go a little bit slower. And kind of have a lot of rest in between, and I only work 15 to 20 hours a week usually, and so that's what works for me. So I also want to, as we're having this conversation about manifesting and creating money in abundance and traveling, I also want to be clear that it's okay if we're taking some time for ourselves and doing it on our own schedule. And for some of us, this might happen very quickly, the things that we can create and want to create. And for some of us, it takes a little bit of time, but I don't think that there should be a better than or worse than in that. That's really important for me as we come from these more feminine principles of business creation, which is something that I'm really big on, for those of you who know me. So how did I do that? How did I go from last year, and really, I had traveled a little bit over the last 6 years with my business. I had been to Bali, I'd been to Hawaii, I'd been to Costa Rica, Nicaragua, but not consistently. Usually just every 2 years I would end up going on an international trip, which was not my ideal at all. So how did that happen from nothing to this year finally kind of working through it? Well, energetic principles is huge. Okay, so me sitting last year on my meditation pillow, kind of going, okay, I've had enough. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be my reality. I want to go swim in the turquoise water. I want to go see Europe again. This is what I really want. And making that internal decision and feeling that fire, and then getting my ass down on the meditation pillow and literally feeling all those feelings. I remember I just would sit and I would see the airplane window on my right side in my vision, and I would see turquoise water underneath that window. And I would feel the profound gratitude that I had for that experience, and I would feel how prosperous I felt, because that meant that I had the money to buy that plane ticket and to go and to do these things, and just cultivating those feelings and cultivating that awareness. And that literally is the single biggest reason I feel why I'm here coming to you from Egypt right now, is because I decided that I was going to cultivate those feelings strongly. I already knew about these principles. This is the thing, you probably do too. Yeah, feel it before you see it, yeah. But how many of us are actually really practicing these principles? See, the thing is, we constantly, all day, have to bring ourselves back to this energy of, it's already here for me. I'm already living it. This is my reality. And what can really help to ground in that awareness is bringing in the gratitude and the appreciation for the moments that we're living, that maybe may not be our complete ideals, but when we slow down to really notice them and be aware of them, that can bring so much joy. So I'm talking about looking up at the sky and seeing the light filter in through green leaves and really appreciating how beautiful that is, and then hearing the birds and going, wow, thank you for this abundant moment. This is so beautiful. Having a beautiful organic meal that you've made for yourself and thanking the earth so much for everything, and how that was brought to your plate, and saying thank you. I received this abundance because so many people in the world don't get to live like this, don't get to eat like this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we start with cultivating and really appreciating that. And then from there, getting on the meditation pillow or whatever that is for us, and cultivating those feelings of, close your eyes right now. What is it that you would like to experience in your life while you appreciate your breath right now, while you appreciate your moment? We're not trying to get away from this moment. We're cultivating appreciation for this moment. And then what's that next level that you're inviting in? And just feel the feelings. What does that feel like for you? I'm going to do this with you. What does this feel like for me? My next level feels so easy. There's so much ease in my next level of, cultivating and magnetizing this deeper level of abundance to me. There's an even deeper level of freedom, ease, trust, surrender. I feel so happy and purposeful that I get to do this work. And it feels so good to me. How does this feel for you? And open your eyes. And a huge part of this is, if when you're in those moments when you're meditating but you're feeling resistance, you've got to make some adjustments. If you're like, oh, yeah, but that's not possible for me, or that's too big, or, then in that moment, the vibration that you're experiencing is resistance. So we've got to be able to, I think, be able to really appreciate the present moment and go, right now is amazing, and I'm so thankful for that. Where I am is amazing, where I'm going is amazing, and all is possible for me. And if there's some resistances there, then we need to, and for all of us, we really do need to dive into some limiting beliefs and clear some of those out as well. I want to talk to you a lot more about this. This is just a little bit of a teaser, but the idea is that we cultivate the energy of what it is that we're calling in, and then from there we don't really have to worry about the how, although most of us do worry about the how. I think all of us worry about the how sometimes, but once we cultivate that awareness, then we're able to vibrate and become an energetic match for our desires, and things line up and opportunities line up, and we download those ideas. And all it is following the inner guidance in the moment that you receive it and having the courage to go through. So yes, there is action involved, but the action comes from a place of knowingness that I'm already there. I'm already in this energetic space of my desires. This is amazing. Rather than going on the computer or whatever it is, say you're creating your online business, and feeling that lack and feeling like I'm not where I want to be, so I want to get to where I want to be. Look at those other people, they're where I want to be, but I'm not there, so I'm going to post this thing so I can get to where I want to be. When you just did that, you're coming from a vibration of lack. You're literally sharing with the universe, I don't have it. I'm not where I want to be. And so again, it's about cultivating that inner awareness. And so I really want to go deeper with you on this. And I'm inviting you now to a free live stream event that I'm hosting this week, starting today, actually, Monday, October 16th. I'm recording this in my group, Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon. And I left a URL that you can join Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon if you're not already a part of the group. It's at tinyurl.com/mermaid moon. It's a private group full of amazing, spiritually minded sisters who are on a mission and ready to really engage with their divine feminine energy. It's a very supportive group. So you'll receive the live stream transmissions, but you also receive a very supportive group for the long term. And we're going to meet for probably about 45 minutes, maybe an hour workshop, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, free live stream event on really how to create the sacred business that you're dreaming of from energetic principles that's aligned with your divine feminine energy, that doesn't feel like struggle and overly hustle and force, but actually allows you to just get to be you and create from your meditation pillow and remember the sacred energetic principles behind all of manifestation. And a lot of, like, we already know this. It's the funny thing. We already know this, but it's just a matter of really lining ourselves back with it over and over again. And I'm also going to be sharing strategic principles that I use in creating and growing my business, online-based business, but I do a lot of in-person work as well in my local community. And you know, so there is going to be action steps involved from the sacred masculine. You know, we are gonna get into some action steps and strategic energy as well. So it's going to be a beautiful matchup of the feminine energetic principles with the masculine action-oriented principles in this free live stream event. So again, go to www.tinyurl.com/mermaidmoon. The URL is also in the description of this video. And request to join our group, and you'll have access to the 3 transmissions, and they're all free. And I'm so excited to receive you in that space and continue this conversation because it is my wish that we all come to know and remember how abundant we are as beings. And this is my prayer for myself as well. I'm working on this every single day of my life. I don't have it perfect, but I have experienced some huge shifts. Huge shifts, and so I'm so excited to share how I've done that with you. Okay, so much love, dears, and sending you some love from Egypt, and we will talk soon in the Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon. Bye.